Welcome students. Today we are going to start the new chapter, the chapter 2. The name of the chapter is the computer system. From chapter 1, we have completed 3 videos, and after each video, I have given already to do the homework, and quite many students they have done, but many of them also did not complete their homework. So today, on the 4th video lecture, new chapters we are going to start. Chapter 2. The name of the chapter is the computer system. In this chapter, you are going to learn about characteristics of a computer, basic application of a computer, the computer system, computer languages, and convergence of technologies. So from in the chapter 2, these many topics only are going to learn. But under these main topics, many subtopics are there, which is very important for our day-to-day lives. So let us start today's topic. From these topics, today's topic is characteristics of a computer and its strengths and limitations. Next is basic application of a computer. Then the computer system. So let's proceed. Under computer system, we will have hardware, and within hardware many things are there, many subtopics are there, which we will discuss on later. But today's main topic, we are going to be discuss characteristics of a computer, strengths, limitations, basic applications of a computer, and few things from the computer system only. Let's proceed ahead. So before proceeding, let us see how the computer has works. What is computers and how it has works. Let us see. A computer is an electronic device that can enter, store, and process raw facts and figures and give the desired result. Raw facts and figures are referred to as data. That means what is a computer actually? It is an electronic device where we can enter and we can store. After that, it will process the raw facts. That means whatever raw facts and figures will type, will enter in the computer system. That will store and that will process and give the desired result. That means output will get, the result will get. So raw facts and figures are referred to as data. So whatever raw facts or figures will enter it, those are called actually in computer as data. So if you are typing maybe a sentence, maybe for calculations, so maybe for multiplication and addition and all, this is called actually calculation only. And for designing purpose also might be whatever you will give input, that is actually all called data, which will enter in the system, it will store, it will process, then output will give after processing it. So it is an electronic device that can store, process raw facts and figures and give the desired result. And if the raw facts and figures, if it is the desired result which will get as the output, if it is called data, then what is data? No, data is what actually it is entered input. Data is it is entered input. Input will give how? Data is entered input into the computer through an input device. How we can give input? Through the input device like the keyboard, and is stored in the computer memory. Most of the data or input we are giving by the keyboard, and with the keyboard only we are entering most of our data and it will store in the computer memory. So data is entered input into the computer through an input device only like keyboard. Then the process data is referred to as information. After giving input the data through the keyboard, the process data is referred to as information. When it will process is after processing, no, then it will give as information. After entering the data with the input device, that will process, the data will process in the computer system and it will refer as the information. And data is displayed through an output device. That information, those data as the information, it will display through an output device. So output device is which is the one output device in the computer. And generally already we have learned these things in the previous classes. So one of the most common one is called monitor, because monitor is the output device. Whatever data or information will process in the computer, that will display on the visual display unit, which is monitor. So data is displayed through an output device. So the result produced by the computer is known as output. It means the computer is what? It is an electronic device which will enter the raw facts and figures, and that is known as the data. And data, how we can enter it, the input device like keyboard and all, then that will process in the computer system, and that processing it will refer as an information. And after referring as an information, that will display through an output device on the computer, and the result produced by the computer is known as the output. Output, and that will display on the computer screen, that is monitor. So how the computers is processing, when we enter what it is called input, how it is processing, then how giving the output to the result, already they have cleared. Okay, so let's proceed ahead to the next. For example, let us see an example. The marks of a student in 5 subjects form data. The marks of a student in 5 subjects. After your exam, when in the school you are preparing the marks, preparing the mark sheet, the marks of your particular subject you are entering, those are called data. This can be calculated according to a given set of instructions to get the total marks, percentage, or any other desired information. Like mm, the data which will enter in the computer, that can be given a set of instruction not to get the, you can calculate it, that can be calculated with set of instruction. For example, for 5 subjects, marks has entered. I want to get the total of that mark. So um, in computer, it will calculate it by itself after giving an instructions. Computer will calculate it after giving instructions for total. And percentage we have to get, that instruction will give, then computer will give, or computer will process and give the output of a percentage. And other these are things if you want to do about information means what? The data which you are going, which you are entering and giving input in the computer to get the um, information of the data of the students, no? The subjects marks, total marks, percentage, grade, and rank, the subject who, in which subject you got the less mark, the highest mark, no? Those things you can do it through the, do it with the computers. Okay, so the computer is very important for our day-to-day life nowadays. So we know that computer is very important, and if we do not know the about the computer systems, characteristics, basic applications of a computer, then it will be difficult. It will be difficult to be understand. It will be difficult to be make use of your computer in proper way. So in which field we need to use, in which field you not need to use, those things if you know, then it will be good. So with this, let us proceed. The first topic is characteristics of a computer. From there, first one is strengths. Computer have the following strengths and limitations. This computer is having the strengths also and limitations also. The first of all, let us discuss about strengths. The strengths, from the strengths, speed. First is speed. Computers are very fast. They can execute basic operations like addition and subtraction in a few nanoseconds. A nanosecond is a billionth of a second. You see, the computer is so fast. It is very fast. Any instructions, maybe addition, subtraction, multiplication, whatever operation you want to do it, it might be long, short or long, whatever else. Any calculations or any other calculation might be in Excel also, no? Formula calculation. Now, within a nanosecond, we'll solve it. Within a nanosecond, we'll give the output on the screen. So, nanosecond, what is nanosecond? Nanosecond is a billionth of a second actually. Second, microsecond, nanosecond, already you have learned these things, no? In science. So, the first characteristic is speed. First characteristics is speed. Very fast. The computer is working with very fast speed. Okay. So next is accuracy. Computers are very accurate. If the data entered into the computer and the set of instructions given are correct, the results produced will be accurate. Sometimes some students are telling, sir, I want to get I typed 3 into 5 and result I got 10. 3 into 5 is supposed to be 15, but 3 into 5 result you got 10. How it is? After typing, just you have followed the output of a result. The result output you just check. Because of that you saw wrong one, 10. But after enter, did you check the data which is entered is correctly or not? It might be two fives are you have typed. So how the computer will give the accurate output when you will enter into the computer whatever instruction you will enter, that should be correct and according to your input only, with the accurate result or accurate output will give by the computer. All right, so computers are very accurate actually. Only the user computers cannot calculate by yourself unless and until by the user is not giving the instructions. So when the user is giving the instructions, according to that computer will calculate. If the instruction is correct, surely correct output will get. But if you are giving the wrong instruction and expecting to get the correct output, then computer will not give you the accurate output. So the second characteristic is accuracy. Computers always give the accurate output. Okay, so let us move to the next point is high capacity storage. Computers have a very large memory and can store a large amount of information in a very small physical space. This information can be retrieved instantly when desired. And the third characteristics of a computer is a high capacity storage. So in a small memory, you can keep a very large, sorry, computers in a very large memory, it can be stored um, in very small physical space in the computer, which is called hard disk. Already you know that hard disk 500 GB, 320 GB, 500 GB, 1 TB. Mm. So if you want to increase more than 2 hard disks, 1 TB, 2 hard, 3 hard disks, you can keep more than that also there. So it is a small physical space in the computer we are installing, but in that small physical space you can keep a very large memory, many things you can keep, which is called information. This information can be retrieved instantly when desired. That means whenever you want to take out your information or to want to see that, you can get it from your storage area. Okay, so the third is high capacity storage. So with the high capacity storage, the third characteristics we can see. And the next is diligence. What is diligence here? Being a machine, you see, the diligence, being a machine, computer does not suffer from boredom, tiredness, or lack of concentration. Even if millions of calculations are to be performed, it will perform the last calculation with the same accuracy and speed as the first one. The fourth characteristic is diligence. You see, even though it is a machine, but it is not suffering for any boredom or no. Sorry for the interruption because of the internet uh, problem. Only just for a few seconds it has disconnected. So diligence. Let us back to the point. Diligence, no. So diligence, being a machine, no, it is not feeling any boring, no tiredness, no like wasting in concentration. Even though you see millions of instructions can solve within a second. No? The computer will perform the last calculation, no, with the same accuracy as with the same speed it was started at the first time. The first one how it is given till the end also same with the same accuracy, the same speed and all, it will give the output. So it is a diligence. As a human being, sometimes you feel boring, tiredness, lack of concentration, If it is, then there will be a wrong mm, perfect output or perfect information. We will not get it. But computers is having that lack of concentration, boring, tiredness is not in that character, no? So the fourth character is diligence. There is no tiredness. As it will start in the beginning, it will be end by the same speed accuracy at the end also. Okay. The next is versatility. Computers allow us to perform a variety of things. We can use them to perform calculations, draft letters, listen to music, watch a movie, play games, etc. The versatility means, yeah, variety of persons by a particular things. For example, as a human being, no, um, singer, the versatile singer. Why is called versatile singer? Some of the singers are versatile singer group. No? Why? Because uh, that particular singer can sing almost all the types of song. So because of that versatile singer, like same the computer city one of the characteristic is called versatility. Versatility computers allow us to perform a variety of things because of this. It is called versatility, having a character of versatility. That means we can do calculations also, we can type or draft letters and all, we can listen music simultaneously, we can watch movie, we can play games, graphical things we can do it, photo editing and all, etc. Many things we can do. So because of that, the fifth characteristics which is carrying by computer is versatility. First is, what is the strengths of a computer? The following things. The first one is speed, which computers are very fast. No? Within a second, the millions of instruction can done. No? And second is accuracy. Computers always will give the accurate output when the user will give the instruction correctly. No? High capacity storage. That is high capacity storage. That means in a small physical. Sorry for the interruption again because of the network problem only. It is problem again. So high capacity storage in a small physical space, we can see the very large memory. No? Next is diligence. Diligence, machine, it is not feeling tired, there's no boring, no system. Same performance at the beginning, how it will start, at the end also, till the end also it will be the same calculation. Okay, the versatility is what actually because the computers can do the performance, perform a variety of things now. Because of that, this capacity is carrying by versatility. Calculation, draft letters, listen music, many things we can do. So versatility is one of the characteristics of a computer. Okay, and so this is the strength of a computer. Now let us see the next is limitations. Limitations. What is the limitations? Computers lack the power of decision making and hence have to be programmed by humans to perform specific tasks. The limitations of a computer is what? Is lack of the power of making decision. The computer cannot take any decision. So that what happened? The computer has to be programmed by the user. Who are the users? Human beings. Human beings using the computer. So human beings with some specific task. So if an unanticipated situation arises, unlike humans, computers cannot respond. Computers are not adaptable. They perform tasks in a set of sequence that can not change according to circumstances. So, like a human being, according to the circumstances, can be changed, can be adapted, new things and all. No? But computers cannot do that. Computers, like human beings, computer cannot respond. No? Computers are not adaptable, cannot adapt the things according to the circumstances and all. And so they perform tasks in a set of sequence that cannot change according to the circumstances. No? So because of that, the limitations of the computers are that without a human being or a user, computers cannot do any specific things. No population can possible to solve it by itself. Okay, so this is one of the limitations. Okay, so from the characteristics of a computer, we have strength limitations. From the strength, we have learn, speed, accuracy, and high capacity storage, high capacity storage, diligence, then versatility, and from the same as the limitation we have learn. What is that? Computers cannot take the decision. Power of decision making is not possible by the computer. Hence, what happened? It should be programmed by humans. For what? To perform the specific task. It cannot be changed according to the circumstances. It cannot change according to the circumstances. That means it is not adaptable. It cannot adapt a new things according to the circumstances. Okay. Okay. So after this, we will go to the next topic is basic applications of a computer. From the basic applications of a computer, about these things already you have learned in the in the previous classes. Basic applications of a computer. That means another way we can say this, a computer which is using in the different fields. That also can say. So the first of all, computer have applications in a wide range of fields. Wide range of fields computers have using. And some basic applications of computers are listed below, which are going to be discussed. And this, first of all, business. A computers on business, business, we are using the computer. Computers are used in several companies for maintaining staff records, sales forecasting, production planning, etc. For business purpose also computers are using in the companies, industry and all. They are having the installing or having the computer for mainly for what? For maintaining the staff records, sales forecasting, production planning and all. For those for many things also, for presentation, advertisement purpose, many things. For that, in business field, the computers are using. Nowadays, without the computers, or we can say that almost in all the fields computers are using. It is very difficult to see that where or in which field computers are not using. Almost in all the fields computers are using. So among that, one of the field is business. Second, the next is entertainment. Computers can be used to listen to music. watch movie, play games, and also to create these also. You see, in entertainment field also, you can listen the music, you can watch the movies also, play games also. Even for what purpose you can use it? For creating that music, movies, and playing game. Those things also you can create it with the computers. Okay. So another, in another field we can use it, that is entertainment. Next, education. Education. In educational field also computers are using. How? Computers can be used by teachers to prepare lessons, report cards, etc. Computer also allow us to access the internet, which is a very vast information resource. Now you can see you are watching it through online. I have recorded in the computer and sending this video lecture to listen. And how we listen, how we'll watch that. Those who have the computer will watch it, or in by mobile is also type of computer only, no? So in educational field also computer is very important. We cannot, it is very difficult to be find out the field where we are not using the computer. Almost in all the fields you can say, almost in all the fields. So teachers to prepare lesson plan also can use, report cards also can use, and accessing the internet is vast information resource from where you will get the information. Okay. Next, communication. For communicating also using the computer. Computers allow us to communicate through email, chatting, video conferencing. No, communication for purpose also it is using for through email also you can communicate, through chatting also like WhatsApp, email chatting, WhatsApp chatting. Many chatting platforms are there through which you can do. Then video conferencing also, no? Zoom class used to have. So Zoom with that video conferencing, WhatsApp video conferencing also can possible, no? So video conferencing, that means for communication purpose also the computers are using it. Okay. Next is airline oblique railway reservations. Computers are also used for airline oblique railway reservation. The computers at reservation counters are connected through a common network. This enables people to book tickets irrespective of their location. For example, a person in Hyderabad may book a ticket from New Delhi to Kolkata. So you see, by having a facility of the computer, we can do it, air reservation, rail reservation. You don't need to go to the platform or the airport to book that. No, you can do it through online. If you want to, for example, it is given already. If you, for example, you from Bajarishwara, you want to book it, and you want to book a ticket for your brother who is staying in Silchar, and you are going to book from Bajarishwara, it can be possible. From Silchar to Guwahati, you want to book, okay, you can book it. It is possible to book from any place, from any location to destination, you can do it. So for air reservation using the computers. Okay, so a basic applications of a computer, no, here only few are there given: business, entertainment, education, communication, airline, railway reservation. And besides that, in homework I'll give you some questions which you have. From there you have to find out applications of a computer which is not given in this area, okay, or in this chapter or in this book. So in this topic which is not given, or it can be said that except these few basic applications, you have to find out some more examples. Okay, so after this, next actually the computer system, how the computer system is working and all we need to learn. So that is only few things I'll tell about that. A computer system comprises both hardware, software, and hardware, or hardware and software. So the next day of the video lecture class, we'll start that computer system, how it is working, which part is called the hardware, and how the software is helping to the hardware to be calculate, process, giving output and all. We have that the next day of video lecture. So after this, let us see the next is summary of the lecture. No? So in this video lecture, what we have learned: input, processing, output. In the computer, how we are giving the input with keyboard as the data we are giving as information, and that will process in the computer, and that data as the information it will display the output device. This output we can see on the computer screen. Next is characteristics of a computer. As a characteristic of a computer, what we have learned: strengths. The first is strengths. Characteristics got two types of characteristics. One is strength, and that is limitation. So from the strength we have speed, and accuracy, speed, accuracy, high capacity storage, diligence, then versatility. These things, following things already have learned. Next is limitations. From the limitations, what you have learned: limitation that computer cannot take any decision by itself. Hence, what happened? A human being need to programmed to do or to perform a specific task. Okay, and it cannot be adapt anything according to the circumstances, unlike the human beings and all. Okay, and applications of a computer on that we have already learned that on business field, entertainment, education, for communication, airline, railway reservation, for those things computers are using. And besides that, as I said, which I am going to ask now to do the homework. In that, let us see the homework. Only 4 questions are there. You need to find out, write it down on the answer script, and please you write down your name, class, section, roll number on the answer script or answer sheet. Then you send it to my WhatsApp number. Please don't write your name, class, section on WhatsApp group. You have to write down your name, class, section, roll number on the answer sheet. Then you write the answers. Okay, so first question is, what is the strength of a computer? What is the limitations of a computer? Those you have to write it down. What is the basic applications of a computer? And the fourth one is, which I already said in between the lecture, find out some applications of a computer which has not there in the book. That means which is not given on the topic. Besides that, you have to find out some applications or the fields where the computers are using. Okay, so today up to this, take care of you and watch the video till the end. After that, you try to do the homework. And with this, thank you very much and bye.